First, the news at 9. First, the highlights. The wife of Lagos State Governor advocates financial literacy as key to sustainable growth. President Tinubu declares state of emergency in Rivers State. On the front end, United States President, Russian leader, agreed to 30-day halt strikes on Ukraine facility. And in sport, Nigeria's under-18 men's handball team finishes second at IHF Trophy's Intercontinental Phase in Pristina, Kosovo. Now the details. I'm Sarah Adesanya. Wife of the Lagos State Governor, Ibijake Sanwo-Olu, has reiterated commitment to equipping beneficiaries of her office's empowerment initiatives with the necessary knowledge, exposure, and resources to ensure long-term financial stability and economic independence. Mrs. Sanwo-Olu stated this at the 2025 Financial Literacy Sensitization Program at the Lagos House, Ikeja, which according to her is a crucial life skill that helps individuals avoid debt traps, plans for the future, and achieve economic stability. The governor's wife will emphasize the critical role of financial education in fostering self-reliance and sustainable economic growth. Also noted that beyond providing empowerment tools, it is essential to equip individuals with the financial skills needed to maximize these resources effectively. Mrs. Sanwo-Olu urged attendees to apply the insight gained from the sessions and engage actively with experts to build financial independence. The participants commended the governor's wife for providing them with working tools and teaching them how to become employees of labor. They were empowered with tools, including sewing machines, organizing machines, popcorn machines with gas cylinders, grinding pepper machines, soap making kits, hairdressing and barbing kits with generators, amongst others. The program attracted insightful sessions by seasoned facilitators from government and the private sector. The Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, is set to unveil 16 blocks of 6 new standard schools across the metropolis. Speaking at a press conference heralding the unveiling of the project at Alausa, Ikeja, the chairman, the Special Committee on Rehabilitation of Public Schools, SCRPS, Hakeem Smith, noted that the new schools were technologically driven with smart equipment to meet global standards of teaching and learning in a conducive environment.
We are incorporating cutting-edge technology to enhance the learning experience. The innovative approach aims to provide a faster and more efficient way to construct schools while promoting quality education.
The Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Benga Omotosho, described the achievement as remarkable by Sanwo-Olu administration, with over 2,000 iconic education projects and it's stable across the 6 education districts of the state in the last 6 years.
I believe that the administration of Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, Mr. Governor, has done a lot in the area of education, that every song that we have in that sector, we must sing. Today is quite, in my own, very remarkable that all of the things that we have done, about 15 schools that can compare with anywhere in the world.
Commissioner for Basic Education, Jamiu Ali Balogun, who noted that the provision of new schools will improve teaching and learning outcomes for students, along with the Themes Plus Development Agenda, said 500 teachers were employed last month to fill vacancies of the new schools. Ali Balogun hinted that Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has approved 2 billion naira for the payment of the May-June WAEC fees for senior secondary school students.
And these buildings comes with laboratories and ICT special rooms, which will make teaching and learning outcome very conducive for students. And it is in line with the Team Agenda Plus, whereby education and technology is very crucial and dear to Mr. Governor's heart.
A committee was inaugurated to address the numerous decay in infrastructure in Lagos public schools. Lagos State Consumers Protection Agency LASCOPA has marked this year's World Consumers Day with the theme A Just Transition to a Sustainable Lifestyle. Speaking at the event, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu said the annual event serves as a reminder of the vital role that consumers play in shaping the economy and society. Governor Sanwo-Olu, who was represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Bimbola Salu Hundeyin, noted that the event also marked the importance of informed decision-making and immense responsibility in ensuring that the rights of consumers are upheld. He commended the General Manager of LASCOPA, Afolabi Sholebo, for his unwavering dedication towards safeguarding consumers' interests and promoting fair, trustworthy, and equitable business practices in Lagos.
The phrase consumer is king cannot be more appropriate than now, as we ensure that the kingly robe is not stained. Because when the king's robe is stained, the stains manifest in our health, environment, and living standards.
PAD Commissioner for Commerce, Cooperatives, Trade and Investment, Folashado Ambrose Madebem, said consumers play a central role in shaping markets, influencing businesses, and driving innovation. Ambrose Madebem, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Olubemiga Aino, noted that governments, businesses, and civil society groups must collaborate to ensure that the transition to a more sustainable future is just, inclusive, and beneficial to all.
Industrialization is not just about factories and production lines. It's about innovation-driven manufacturing, world-class infrastructure, sustainable development, and inclusive economic growth. It is about empowering businesses, creating jobs, and setting the stage for a resilient and competitive Lagos that thrives in the global marketplace.
In his welcome address, the General Manager and Chief Executive Officer of LASCOPA, Afolabi Sholebo, said the agency has consistently been at the forefront of advocating for consumers' rights and ensuring that policies, programs, and initiatives align with the evolving needs of consumers while fostering a sustainable and just marketplace. Sholebo noted that LASCOPA will continue to strive for greater consumer empowerment, equitable access to resources, and responsible consumption that benefits most people and the planet.
Special as we come together in observance of the World Consumer Rights Day under the theme A Just Transition to Sustainable Lifestyle. As the world grapples with environmental, economic, and social challenges, it is imperative that we, as consumers and stakeholders, actively participate in shaping a sustainable future, one that upholds fairness, accessibility, and inclusivity.
In his presentation, former Vice Chancellor, Lagos State University, Olanrewaju Fagbomo, highlighted critical factors that can lead to achieving sustainable lifestyle, to include affordable health care service, transportation, fulfilling employment, amongst others. The new board secretary of Lagos State Christian Pilgrims Welfare Board, Bolabo Okudero, has resumed work amid celebrations from members of staff. Okudero assured the board of his commitment to continuing his predecessor's legacy of service and excellence, emphasizing teamwork and unity within the board. Speaking earlier during the handover ceremony, the former board secretary, Yetunde Gbafor, reflected on her rewarding 8-year tenure, expressing gratitude for her time with the board. Bafe commended Okudero, describing him as someone with strong Christian values and professional integrity. Warfare successfully led 381 people, first and second batch of the year 2020 pilgrims to the land of Israel and the Kingdom of Jordan with a heartfelt Thanksgiving service upon their safe return. And now to the rest of the stars. President Bola Tinubu has declared a state of emergency in Rivers State following the protracted political crisis in the state. President Tinubu made the proclamation during a nationwide broadcast suspending Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his deputy Ngozi Udu, alongside all members of the House of Assembly for 6 months. He also nominated retired Vice Admiral Ibokete Ibas as administrator to take charge of the affairs of the state for the first 6 months. President Tinubu relied on Section 305 of 1999 Constitution to make the proclamation interpreting that a state of emergency is a situation of national danger or disaster in which government suspends normal constitutional procedures to regain control. A state of emergency allows the president to immediately make any desired regulations to secure public order and safety. And now in foreign news, Russian President Vladimir Putin and United States President Donald Trump have agreed to a limited 30-day ceasefire against energy infrastructure targets in Ukraine. Putin ordered the Russian military to stop strikes against energy facilities. The Kremlin said in a statement following a lengthy phone call between Putin and Trump. Report says the Russian president raised concerns about a truce being used by Ukraine to mobilize more soldiers and rearm itself. Putin also emphasized that any resolution of the conflict would require an end to all military and intelligence assistance to Ukraine. In a statement, the White House said negotiations on a maritime ceasefire in the Black Sea, as well as a more complete ceasefire and a permanent peace deal, will commence immediately at the Middle East. And in sports, Nigeria's under-18 men's handball team has finished second at the IHF Trophy's Intercontinental phase following a 34-30 loss to Kosovo after overtime in the final of the competition in Pristina, Kosovo. A team led by Emeka Namani went into the match determined to avenge an earlier defeat against the host in the preliminary stage, but they were limited by a resolute defense of Kosovo, and despite scoring vital goals, it settled for pulsating 13-13 in the first half. Nigeria went into the second half of the match, outscoring the host and led 26-24 less than 3 minutes to the end of the match as Christian Foloki and Mustafa Mohammed combined for 13 goals, but they could not hold their own as the host scored 2 quick goals to force overtime with the help of Ama Mukoli. Just before we go, remember, speed thrills but kills. Please always avoid excessive speed. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website, www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sonlo administration set up a 1 billion naira fund targeted at businesses in the tourism, hospitality, entertainment, arts and culture sectors, both loans and grants? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlight of the major stories. Wife of the Lagos State Governor, Ibija Kesonlu, has reiterated commitment to equipping beneficiaries of her office's empowerment initiatives with the necessary knowledge, exposure, and resources to ensure long-term financial stability and economic independence. President Bola Tinubu has declared a state of emergency in Rivers State following the protracted political crisis in the state. We also told you that Russian President Vladimir Putin and the United States President Donald Trump have agreed to a limited 30-day ceasefire against energy infrastructure targets in Ukraine. And in sport, Nigeria's under-18 men's handball team has finished second at the IHF Trophies Intercontinental Phase following a 34-30 loss to Kosovo after overtime in the final of the competition in Pristina, Kosovo. For contact to the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is the news broadcast compiled by Mojid Ololade. I am Sarah Adesanya. Thank you for listening and God bless you.